Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing these hood pins on my 1993 Jeep Wrangler YJ. But the steps that we go through in this video should pretty much be transferable to any vehicle that you want to install these style of hood pins on. So thanks for tuning in guys, and let's jump in. The very first thing you guys should understand before you start drilling holes in your hood is how this style of hood pin works. You have this threaded rod which mounts in your engine bay somewhere under the hood, and you have this button which attaches to your hood. And as you close the hood, it contacts that threaded rod and it locks it out to where you can't open the hood anymore until you press this quick release button, and then you're able to open your hood again. When you're looking for a spot under the hood to mount these threaded rods, you want to find a spot that looks pretty stout, nothing that's going to bend or break. For me and my Jeep, my options are pretty limited because I just have these hood supports that run across from the grille to the firewall. But right here at the grille, I have these plates that look pretty stout, and I think that's what I'm going to try to do. You could get fancy and fab something up, but I'm going to try to keep this project simple. After you find a spot under your hood that looks like it's going to work for you, you need to take your button and get a rough estimation of where it's going to be on top of the hood to figure out if it'll work for us. So I'm going to hold my threaded rod roughly where I want it, close the hood, see where it's going to hit, and take my button and set it on top, and it looks like this should work just fine for me. If it were on a curved spot, it wouldn't be functional for me, and if it were like way back here or something, it wouldn't be aesthetic for me. So those are the two things that I want to consider: functionality and aestheticism. I know I said I wanted to keep this simple, but I really want this threaded rod to go on the inside of this hood support, or this grille support. So I'm going to pull this off and cut it down because I don't think it'll take too much time. Time to drill. I'm going to take this off because it's going to be really easy. So to make sure both sides are even, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flush with the bottom of the bolt with the nut on both sides, so I know that they're both sticking up the same amount. Same process on the other side. Alright guys, next thing we want to do is get our handy dandy grease gun that drips grease everywhere. Give it a little squirt, get some nice clean red grease there, and put some right on the tip. What that is going to do is when we close that hood, it's going to tell us exactly where we need to drill. And as you guys can hopefully see, there's one mark and there's the other mark. We know exactly where to drill for our buttons on our hood. Alright guys, at this time you want to take your axe or your maul, stuff it in between your hood and your fender so you don't have to keep putting that hood support back on, and drill your holes for your buttons. I'm going to go ahead and lay a jacket over my engine so I don't get a bunch of metal shavings in it. The point of no return. Alright, at this point we hope we have a hole saw that's big enough for one of these hood buttons. Let's find out. Alright guys, it looks like a 1.5 inch hole saw will be perfect for the job. Let's do it. Ow. Hi Pro. There's one. We're through. I'll be back. All right guys, hopefully you can see, but here's the little nut that screws onto the button to hold it in place. And obviously we need to clearance all of this metal in order for us to get a grip to be able to tighten this nut down. So what I've done is found a hole saw that's just a little bit bigger than the circumference of the nut, so I can just give myself some extra room. I'm going to go ahead and try to take out some of this metal up here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Well guys, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, that's the material we want to remove. Let's figure out how we can remove it. Well guys, hindsight's 2020. Drill your big hole first so that your little starter will keep your circle centered. And then once you got this material removed, then drill your small hole. Right now we're doing things backwards. What can I say? Live and learn. Guys, the best way I can think of to do this would be with a Dremel, but I really don't want to do that. Let's try this again. God. Just need something to brace against. Yeah. Thermal time. I'm way more scared of these than I am of grinders. These things break apart every single time I use them. So definitely wear iPro if you're going to go this route. Don't go this route. Drill the big hole first, remove all that material, and then drill your small hole. It's a coming. That's enough. Neato. Looks like we got a little ridge there we need to grind down to. The longer I look at this ridge, the more annoying it looks to get in there with any sort of grinding. I wonder if I can just freaking pull it. Oh yeah. What is that? Oh, it's some sort of a glue. Right on. I looked at it too long. I should have just started scraping it. Went a lot better than I thought it would. Cool. There's some metal sticking up on the other side from when I used my hole saw, so I'm going to take my step bit and drill this out and ream it out a little bit just to get the burrs down. The proper tool, by the way, would be a carbide burr, which I don't have. So when in doubt, use a step bit. All right, let's see if this works now. Now you can see why it's so important to give yourself such a big tolerance there, because that just barely is enough room for me. Tighten that down. It looks like we're in business. Very cool. Same thing on the other side. So I ended up putting my welding blanket down instead of my jacket, and just to demonstrate why I did that, you can see all the debris, and there's metal dust that comes down when you're grinding and cutting. So good idea to protect the engine. Well guys, we got our buttons put in. Let's see what happens when we close the hood. See if we got our rods lined up right. At this point, since they're pushed all the way up, should come in contact with the rods well before the hood's actually closed. As you can see, I can't open the hood when I push this button. can opener. So what we have to do now is just get those threaded rods down about, looks like an inch and a quarter, maybe an inch and a half. Then we should be in business. So I'm just gonna get it where I think it's close, count the threads showing, and then make the other side match, and then try the hood again. Probably a more precise way to do this, but I got the time to kill, so that's what I'm gonna do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 threads showing, so I'm gonna make the other side match. Let's try it. And we're off somewhere. There we go. This side locked, this side didn't. Feels like it did. Oh, this locked. That's annoying. This side didn't lock, so it needs to come up. 12. There we go, one more thread. Careful, watch out. Your mallet might slip. Your axe might slip. Be quick. This side's locked. This side. So weird. There we go. Both sides are locked. I prefer not to have any wiggle at all. I just need to tighten everything down. So, pull this up, push up, push the button. Same thing. That's tough, guys. I don't know if I like that. I wonder if there's a reason I shouldn't just take this off. Safety second. I think that's what I'm gonna do. There's no point in needing to juggle this latch and 2 other latches at the same time. So, let's do it. I don't know what's holding this on, but I see bolts near it, and that's what's coming off. That's what's holding it on. That method usually doesn't fail. We go around to get your stuff off your fingers, move your axe. We got the wiggles, but opening it is a lot easier. Part of why we have the wiggles, that's why we have the wiggles. So tighten those down, I think we're gonna be good to go. It's worth putting a little bit of Loctite on these guys, or lock washer. You don't want your hood coming up on you, especially if you take off your stock factory or your factory hood latch. Tighten them down real good. Come up and get your windshield. This one's still got quite a bit of up-down movement. This one has less. I wonder if we need to go up or down. If we went down, it would take the slack out. That's my hypothesis. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Okay, this side's not wiggling at all. Perfect. This this side wiggles a tiny bit. So let's tighten her down. Oh yeah. We're good. It looks nice too. I like it a lot. Check it out. Almost done, guys. Final step. Wish I would have taken that off and painted right there, but eventually you always pay for being lazy. So this set of quick release hood pins came with these Allen bolts that can screw into the other side. I don't know why, but if it's to tighten it, that was brilliant. That's what I'm using it for. Oh yeah. You can get it really tight by using these. Very, very tight. So do that. I would Loctite all of this. We're gonna put Loctite on the buttons themselves and these threaded bolts because I imagine the hood vibrates a lot, and as things vibrate, they tend to loosen the hardware. Loctite's your friend. Don't use red. Alright guys, there you have it. We got our axe replaced with our factory hood support, and we tightened our buttons down, tightened our threaded rods down. Everything seems to be working as it's supposed to. So touch up a little bit of paint right there, and that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, have a great night, and see you on the next one.